Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lacresha and this is Why Not So. Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about a couple of things today. The first we're going to be talking about is the new Tilly and the Buttons book, Stretch. Also we're going to be talking about the conclusion of the Husband's Challenge. I'll be showing you a few of the last items that I've sewn up, and you can't talk about the book Stretch without including I can't talk about my husband Roundup, excuse me, without talking about the book Stretch, because I used that book to finish off the last of the projects pretty quickly, in fact. And the last part of the video is going to be about a small giveaway that I'll be doing at the end of the video. So, and I'll explain more about that at the end. Alright, so let's get started. Tilly and the Buttons came out with her first book, which is Love at First Stitch. And then she came out with Tilly and the Buttons Stretch. And within the books of, one of the things that there's a couple of things I really loved about this book. And what I really loved about the book was that, one, the introduction or the first couple of chapters was about explaining what knits are, and how to properly gauge the tensions on your serger, which was invaluable information for me. I didn't realize how much I would need to know this information until I started reading, and then quickly ran to my serger and started adjusting my dowels accordingly. I absolutely thought that I was beginning. I'm beginning to advance, maybe advanced beginner sewer, and that was not the case when I read the book. I realized there was a lot of things I absolutely needed to learn how to do. And her book is a great foundation book that builds you off of the basic, and basically from after completing a few projects in her book, you're able to go off and do other patterns. So it's totally for the beginning sewer. I totally recommend this for the beginning sewer, the intermediate sewer, and advanced sewer if you just like the patterns in the book, which I thought were wonderful. She does quite a few hacks with these patterns. For like the BB skirt, she goes from the BB skirt, then she tells you how to put a split in the back or the split in the front on the BB skirt, and then she goes into how to put tabs on the front facing of the BB skirt, and then she turned the BB skirt into a pinafore, which was absolutely amazing. So you start off with the BB skirt, but then there is, I want to say, 3 to 4 different things you can do to make the BB skirt your skirt, or the skirt that you desire to have. And she did a wonderful job doing that. The next project in the book went to the Frankie top. This is my first version of the Frankie top, which I absolutely loved. I did this with scrap fabrics. It was totally easy to sew these tops. This is the second version of this Frankie top, and like I said, it was easy. I did this one, I serge, or I hem the bottom of the sleeves, but I did not hem either the bottom of these shirts because I felt like it was a baseball tee, and that was part of the casualness and the beauty of knits is that it doesn't fray, especially if you cut it properly. And so there was no need to do it. In fact, when I showed, when I say my mother, my creation, and I told her, well, I still need to hem my top. She was like, it doesn't need it. Just leave it just the way it is. It's beautiful. And I was just happy that she, basically she said that. And so, and currently right now I have another Frankie top on my cutting board because I feel like I should have 5 or 6 of these. They're that easy to make. It doesn't take any time at all. In fact, the more I do them, the far less time that it takes for me to do any of these. I'm thinking that anybody who is very good at sewing could probably whip these out in half an hour. Us beginners, maybe an hour to hour and a half from the cutting time to the sewing time. So I highly recommend this book, guys. I could not wait for it to come. In the United States, the book did not come until March 20th. As soon as it came, March 20th, it was at my door. So Also, I did the BB skirts, and here's the first version of the BB skirts. I'm going to put pictures at the end of the video of all of my creations and makes so that it rounds up the husband challenge. And I have a black skirt also on. Anyone who saw my Make Nines video, you would note that I was totally looking for these type of skirts. Stretch, comfortable, a little stylish, but something that I can wear from the office to something I can wear from the office to the grocery store to, if I put on a Frankie tee, to the baseball game. And I felt like Tilly really recognized what I was looking for in my clothing. When she sized the, for me personally, when she did the sizing, I believe that she did the sizing for me. I mean, I'm gonna just tell you my measurements, guys. All right, because it ain't no model figure, and I'm a curvy girl. I am a 39, 35, 34 and a half, and a 42 hip. Okay, and the reason why I say 34 and a half to 35 on my waistline, it depends on what did I eat that day. Whether I'm feeling a little skinnier or a little stuffed. And and a 42 on my hip, and I didn't have to size up or down with this. I didn't have to say, oh, well, I don't mind it being tight in the chest area and a little loosey at the hips, or so I can have more comfort at the hips. Nope, it seemed like she sized this for the for people like me, the curvy girl, or I'm talking about, because the sizing does go from I believe 1 to 8 in here, or something like that. And so when she got to the bigger sizes, I didn't feel like she made it she didn't feel like she made it to look like a tint on me, instead of reflecting and highlighting the best of my curve and hiding some of the worst of them. All right, and so like I said, so I highly recommend this book. There's not enough I really can say about it. All right, so for the husband challenge, that rounded up 4 of my makes. There was 2 BB skirts and 2 Frankie tops. All right, so that got me to 4. I believe in the last challenge, in the first video, when I first introduced it, I had one dress in there that I made with the military fabrics. Well, one military fabrics and the other one's more floral or plain or whatever have you not. And that was one dress for my daughter. So that would have been 5. And in the second video, I introduced a top for myself. I actually did 2 tops. I just didn't like the other top, so I didn't show it yet. A top for myself, sweatpants for my daughter, and another dress for my daughter. And that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm up to 8 at this point. Okay, so I'm up to 8 at this point. So, now, and a lot of you guys gave me advice as far as how to basically speed up my process of my sewing. Because I told you, before this challenge, I get one thing done, I'll be like, yay, now let me talk about this one thing I got done. And so a lot of you guys came with advice. So like Crystal Stowe and stuff, her advice to me was cut everything out, which I did. If I knew I was making a BB skirt, I would cut out the BB skirt, then I'll cut out the Frankie top, and then I will have everything put in bags ready to go on the sewing table so I can just sew it all up at once. That helped tremendously. Jody Roundtree came out with the advice of basically taking 2 pieces of fabrics, placing them one on top of the other, cut out all the pattern pieces, and then mix up the pattern pieces to form 2 very unique and different dresses. And I did that for pattern D0915 Simplicity. It's a Simplicity Romper. And of course, I'm going to put a picture off to the side so you can see that. There's also another number on this because this was a display. You know, the ones that they have up on the counters over top of the patterns generally. They have different numbers than what's in the drawers, even though they're the same patterns. I don't know why they do it, but of course they do it. I'll try to have both numbers for you when I show you the picture of the romper. And in my first video, I showed you this Winnie the Pooh fabric that I was just totally proud of. And here goes the Winnie the Pooh. Oh, it fell. So here's the first one. And of course, I'm going to show you pictures of her because I, of course, took pictures of her in her Winnie the Pooh romper. Guys, I love this. And Jody, thank you for the advice. It totally helped. And so I want to show you the Winnie the Pooh rompers. Okay. And as you can see, I just mixed up the patterns, pieces. And what's going to end up happening is one's going to actually stay for my little girl. And a lot of people currently, because as I keep doing these projects, family and friends have now asked me for outfits. And so now I feel like I can give one. I have one for her, and now I feel like I can give one away easily. And that is some of the best advice I've had. And it just didn't dawn on me to do it. And so thank you very much for your advice. Again, I'll be showing pictures of her in the romper at the end of the video. Alright guys, so we done talked about Tilly in the Butt Stretch, which I highly recommend. Go out there and purchase your copy of it. We talked about my 9 and 10, because this got me 9 and 10 as far as my husband challenge. So that means I have completed the challenge. Now we're going to talk about my giveaway. Alright, so for the giveaway, there is no milestone that I didn't hit. Personally, it was just that I went out and I bought the Simply Sewing Fresh Ideas with Fabric magazine. And it was like, yay, oh, it's got 3 patterns in it. Well, I got it home. One of the patterns that was in it was the Stella hoodie, which is now currently in my stretch book. Okay, so I'm not into keeping a bunch of patterns, especially if they already have those patterns. I try to give them away, and no offense, there's not a lot of people I know here that sews. So what I want to do is give this to one of my subscribers who would like to try basically Tilly in the button patterns before they commit to this book or anything else like that, or just want to try or just would love this pattern. In order to receive the pattern, send the pattern and the instructions, because the instructions are not inside. I have to send you the instructions from the magazine. I'll be sending you the pattern and the the pattern and the instructions. And to win this pattern, or if you just want to try this pattern, all you have to do is you have to be a subscriber. I think that helps me more than anything else, that part of it. But other than that, just put down at the in the comments section Stella, and I know that you will like to try this pattern. Now guys, I don't have that many subscribers, so that means my subscribers who's already subscribed, and no offense, but a couple of my subscribers are my family. They don't want this. They don't use sew. So if you're really interested, you really got a good chance of getting this. So just put down Stella in the comments, and I'll be happy to send you this pattern. And then that way I don't clutter my sewing room with unnecessary items that just doesn't need to be in there. And I would love to give this away to somebody. I don't want to throw it in the trash. I really want to give this away to somebody who would really appreciate this. Alright guys, so that is the end of my video. Of course I wouldn't throw this in trash, but that's the end of my video. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Like I said, at the end of the video, you see a lot of the pictures from the rompers to the Frankie top and the skirt that I made. Please enjoy. Thank you. Bye.